Right now on the line is Kennedy. Do you remember Kennedy? She was a VJ on MTV, but you know what? She's got a new gig right now over at the Fox Business Network. She is she's the host of the new show, The Independents. Kennedy, I did not know that you sort of lean libertarian.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
There's so much to catch up on.
Well, fill me in.
For the Dodgers.
Fill me in. Tell me about the show and what you're doing over there at Fox Business.
Well, Fox Business, it's a great place. I have been a correspondent for John Stossel for the last year and a half, and Stossel is on Thursday nights at 9 o'clock, and The Independents, which is a new show on Fox Business, we are on Monday through Wednesday and Friday night. And, you know, more than half the country considers themselves to be independent. And, you know, they're sick of the two-party system and the talking points. And more people are going issue by issue and candidate by candidate. And I think that's a really good thing. I happen to be a libertarian. I believe in limited government pretty much across the board.
So what's the format of the show? How is the show different?
I have two co-hosts, Matt Welch and Camille Foster, and Matt, of course, is the editor-in-chief of Reason magazine, and you know, Reason has been around since 1968, and this is the greatest libertarian publication. There's also Reason TV and the Reason Foundation, and they do a lot of public policy research. And so Matt is there, and Camille is from Free Think Media. He is he's an entrepreneur and a really, really smart guy. So we basically challenge both parties.
All right. So the thing about Fox Business is it focuses. We often hear it focuses more on Main Street than Wall Street, but the focus is business and finance. How do you apply that lens, libertarian lens, to that particular area of?
You know, during the day, Fox Business is the best coverage for the market. But at night, you know, we get to talk about more cultural issues. My husband is a small business owner, and it's funny because when I watched the president speak, he obviously knows nothing about running a business. And, you know, I don't think that's a necessary litmus test for someone who's president or someone who's running for office, but it is a really important thing. And, you know, participating in a capitalist democracy is really the best way to do that is by owning your own business. And so many people who are making laws and regulations have no idea. They talk about small business, but they're completely out of touch with what it takes to actually run a business in this environment.
And given the environment we're facing right now, many small businesses are really worried about Obamacare.
Yeah, as they should be. I mean, small businesses, young people, African Americans, and there's no one solution to it. But I will tell you, you know, young people who are supposed to be so committed to the president, they're the ones who are most concerned about Obamacare because they're getting stuck with a bill now. You know, they're the ones who are having to pay higher premiums and have their choices diminished, and they're seeing that, you know, that's a failure of government. When it's expensive and when you don't have as many choices out there, you know, that's when people start talking about various social systems where your choices are diminished, where your quality of life goes down.
So we've seen this, congratulations on the show, Kennedy, by the way. We've seen this new kind of breed of young libertarian kind of crop up. I know that Reason's been around for a long time, but I feel like in the past even 5 years-ish, we've seen kind of more of a libertarian stance coming from young people. Obviously, that's kind of the demographic that you guys are targeting. When you go around and talk to people, what are they saying to you about the show and how they feel about finally being represented by something other than Republicans and Democrats?
Well, I mean, people are super sick of the red versus blue shouty business. And, you know, libertarianism is something that resonates with a younger audience, just by nature of being able to make your own choices and, you know, still being really smart about the economics, but not having the overarching hand of government smushing your face into the dirt on every issue. And, you know, a lot of people I know tend to be more what they call fiscally conservative. They want control over their money and their financial and economic destiny, but at the same time, they tend to be more socially tolerant, too, and it's sort of a live and let live mentality.
So what's going on over there at the Fox Business Network? I mean, there's some big stuff happening. Kevin McGee's been making some announcements over there. I mean, you're doing this, and I think that's really exciting to see the libertarian viewpoint presented in such a big way. And then also Maria Bartiromo has joined over there at the Fox Business Network. Things are starting to happen.
Yeah, she's an amazing journalist, and I'm really excited for her to come over. I mean, it's great to be at Fox Business at this time. It's kind of awesome. So, and I'm glad to see that they're making the investment in the network, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. And obviously, I love Stossel, and I want to continue that point of view, and I'm happy to be doing it 4 nights a week. And I can't wait for Maria to start because she's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, right now though, I got to ask you a music question because I know you still care deeply about what's going on in music.
And I host a morning music radio show.
That's right.
Crazy.
So when you listen to what's out there on the radio right now, what is it that you find exciting?
There's so much that I find exciting. I mean, I actually like that there's a band called Capital Cities, and it's these two guys. They were nominated for a Grammy for Best Music Video, and it's just a couple of guys who met. They're both commercial writers, and they met through an ad on Craigslist, and they're using technology that's pretty basic to write some really interesting music. And I love that people can do that. I love that, music now doesn't have to take place in a studio that costs thousands of dollars a day.
I mean,
to record.
I have a small recording studio in my own home, and it doesn't cost that much to have one these days.
So what else kind of cultural issues are you going to bring to your show? I know that you're obviously very, economically focused, but you also like culture, so is that something you're also going to be focusing on?
Yeah, absolutely. And, for me, being a mom, it's a lot of that is about parenting and people trying to figure out, is there a libertarian form of parenting? Like, is there something that's consistent with what we believe in politically and economically? And, I think absolutely there is. And there's so much cultural absurdity, and it's really fun to point that kind of stuff out.
I would have, as a kid, I would have loved to have libertarian parents. Those parents which parent best or those which parent least. That would have been a wonderful thing.
Yes.
All right, Kennedy.
But see, I think that you have to be kind of authoritarian. Because what works on the micro level doesn't work on the macro.
Oh, so inside the home.
There we go. All right. Kennedy, it's a pleasure to have you. Good luck with your new program. We're very excited for you.
Thanks, Brian. Good to talk to you guys. Thanks, Katie.
Yeah, see you.